Start. Oh, no, I'm starting?
Yeah.
Hang on. Hi, welcome to the Codependent Knitters podcast. This is episode 51, and we are recording from Ontario. I'm in Sarnia, Ontario.
I'm in Muskoka, Ontario.
And who we are, if you're new to us, this is my friend Lisa.
And this is my friend Dawn. And together we're the Codependent Knitters.
So if you're just new to us, thanks for checking us out. And if you've been watching us for a while, thanks for coming back, because we haven't been here for a long time.
I know, we were just talking about how crazy the summer's been.
Yeah, lots going on, and just we haven't been able to get together, but today we are, and we're gonna make it a good one. We'll have to talk fast so it's not 3 hours long.
Right? So yeah.
So it's episode 51. I don't remember if I said that. We've got lots of FOs. We've got make along, knit along giveaway prizes to give you, and some whips, and a couple of new knit alongs and to make alongs to announce, right?
Exactly.
I was going to say, I feel like I'm out of practice and I'm fumbling and can't talk.
I know, right?
I am out of practice. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
So what's new with you?
Well, July was a very big month for me. I turned 50.
Yay!
And yay, half century club. So I've been pretty busy. My mom got me, I don't know if anybody follows them on Instagram. This is a story I was going to tell you. It's called Prickly Thistle. And they do sustainable tartans and whatnot in the, I think it's the Shetlands in Scotland. And they have a kilt, but it's a very modern kilt, and it's cut on the bias. So it's not a real, I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, I've always loved them. And my mom, but lately all the colors been crazy and wild. And I found one that I liked and it was sold out. So I said, notify me if it comes in. So I talked to my mom, and she says, well, maybe we'll look at something like that for your 50th birthday. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I signed up so she would receive the notification too. And within like a week, like a couple of days even, it came. So that we went and we bought it and stuff. And it's so me. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, Casey?
Oh yeah, there when you turn it.
Isn't that cool?
Neat.
So it's pretty, I want to wear it, but I can't because it's just too hot, because it's, yeah. So it kind of, it buckles just like a traditional kilt, but when you wear it, it's got a handkerchief side. So it's got, it's really pretty, but that was pretty cool. I can't wait to try it on with my knit sweaters, but again, it's too hot. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I haven't been home much since. We did get a second vehicle. I got a Jeep for my 50th birthday. Pretty stoked about that. So, but yeah.
We sold our boat.
I know, right? I saw that. That's amazing.
Should we talk about what we're wearing? Because I'm
excited. You should. I shouldn't. No. I just have a t-shirt on. You do that.
I finished my rocket tee.
And it looks great.
I finished my rocket tee. I love it. So I'm just going to talk about it now. It's my big FO, but I'll talk about it now because it's what I'm wearing. And it's the rocket tee by Tanis Lavely. That's Tanis Fiber Arts. The yarn is Sheldon, and it's her Emma Lee base, which is Emma Lee, not Emily. And it's 85% merino and 15% nylon. So It's a bit of a softer, it has the nylon, but it's not a one ply. And the colorway is called Down All the Days. And
it's beautiful.
I love it. It's got the I-cord edging.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go like this so I can see. And then I'll try and stand up to get it in the picture. So I did it, long enough. I'll try and get a picture done so I can post it, but I'll just show you. On the side, I did not a split hem, but it's kind of this scalloped hem. So it just curves down. And that I took from, that was the hem in the wood rose sweater that I did by Isabel Kramer. And I really liked it. So it's not like a split, but it does kind of curve down a bit, right? From the sides. Yeah. And it's really pretty.
Don't they call that a shirt hem?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought they did. I could be wrong.
Okay. And then it's hard to see the detail, but anyways, it's got, I'll take pictures because it's got a pretty detail down the side. You've probably
seen it. You have a stitch marker under your arm.
I know, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to knit the sleeves a little bit longer. Before I, I kind of steam blocked it this morning. And before I did that, they were really rolling. And I thought, I didn't know. And I think they're okay. So I cut a really long tail and I just put a stitch marker in it to hold it. And then thought I'll wait and see once I try it on. I think I'll leave them because I think it's okay.
No, it looks nice.
Yeah. And I love, it's got I-cord edging on all the edges. So sleeves, neck, and lower hem. And I just made it a little bit smaller. So she was doing a 4-stitch I-cord in the pattern. And I am a bit of a looser knitter too, right? We all know that. And it just looked huge. Like it looked like a big sausage edge on this fingering weight sweater. So I actually changed it and just did a 3-stitch I-cord edge, and it's just perfect for me. So yeah, I love that. I just love the neckline. I love the I-cord. Perfect. And I was worried it might be too low, and it's not. It's just right. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Good
I
job.
love this color. So I was using this project bag because, greens.
Right. Perfect match.
My shop isn't open right now, but when I do open it, I have a few more of these.
Oh, nice.
So I think I have to weigh this. I ordered 4 skeins and I can't find, I think I did use, there's about 50 grams left. So I think I did use 3.5. And I made it a little bit longer than the pattern called for. So I did use more yardage than the pattern called for. 3 probably would have been perfect if I would have done exactly the yardage for my size. So I just want to hold this up so you can see, it's bluey greens, and there is a little bits of yellowy green in there and some speckles, and I just love it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So this is Down All the Days from Sheldon.
Perfect. And
then she also sent me, because I messaged her to tell her I wanted 4 of the same dye lot. So that, she needed to dye them so that at least the dye lots would all match. And I did do helical knitting throughout. So there is no flashing, pooling, anything. It probably would have been fine without even doing helical, but there was a couple of the skeins looked a little more, maybe a little bit more blue in them. And so I just did helical. But she also sent me, when I was messaging Chantel about the yarn, I was humming and hawing between a couple of colors. And the other color that I liked was called Heidi. And this is it.
Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty.
And I wasn't sure about ordering a single ply, because sometimes single ply can get kind of fuzzy looking, but it is incredibly soft too. So she sent me 3 skeins of Heidi.
That's nice. That's beautiful.
I know. It's beautiful. There's another one I'm just holding up too. And this is her Bella base, which is 75% merino, 15% cashmere, and 10% silk. So you can imagine, if you've ever held anything like that, you can imagine how just beautifully soft this is.
Looks good.
And just so many colors in there.
Yeah. What are you going to do with it?
So, well, if I do another t-shirt of this length, I would probably need a 4th skein. Right now, I'm just debating. I haven't wet blocked this, and because it is a superwash, right? It might really stretch out. So it might not need to be this long, but I don't know if it's a whole half a skein shorter. So I have to see. Actually, hang on. Stop the presses. There's 497 yards in this. And this one was 437 yards. So there's an extra 50, an extra 150 yards. Yeah, I might get another t-shirt. And the nice thing about the V-neck is you save a bit of yardage in here, right? So I have to do another V-neck. And I wouldn't complain about doing another one of these because I love it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I do have those for another one. Yeah. So that's what I'm wearing. That went on for a long time. And you aren't wearing any knitwear right now because, you know, it's 30 degrees. So do you want to do the giveaways right now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So we had Vicki of Songbird Fibers had sent us some items for giveaway. She's very generous. There's a couple things we're going to keep for a future make along prize. But we did say on our last episode that we were going to give away this set, which is the Indigo Bunting. So this is her Lovebirds set where she does a male and female inspired skein for the same species, which is really cool. So you get 2 55-gram skeins in the Lovebird sets. So we had put this on our Ravelry group and asked people to go and have a look at Vicki's website and comment which colors you liked. And Siri helped us with this, and she picked number 18, who is Mad Laura, Laura from Toronto. And I'm just going to read, I'll put it on the screen, but she wrote, I really love the Lovebirds. I was gifted the Wood Ducks colorway last year, and they're my favorite socks to wear. The European Robin is so pretty, and the Kingfisher. Such beautiful colors, but also lovely yarn to work with. And yes, Vicki's yarn is so. Congratulations, Mad Laura. Get in touch with me because I'll need your address, and we'll get this out to you. Yay!
Yay!
And I just have to put a plug in for Songbird Fibers. If you haven't checked out her website yet, she has some amazing colorways. Right?
Yeah, it's wow. They're gorgeous. I bought the I forget what it's called now. The gala one where it looks it's pink, white, and grays. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one too. And I know she's got some new ones coming out. And if you haven't watched episode 50 yet, we did an interview with Vicki. So you can check that out and find out more about Vicki. Okay. The second knit along we did was for the Be a Freaking Unicorn initiative. So that was yarn dyers and makers and pattern designers that participated in May, and proceeds, or a portion of their proceeds, had to go to a local LGBTQ supportive agency, I guess. And so there were a number of dyers that participated. And so we had just said, knit anything related to that. And so Siri helped us pick a winner for that. I did a screen grab. So Siri chose number 6, who is Crafty Amber. That's Amber in London. Hi, Amber.
Hi,
congratulations. Amber. And I'll put the picture of her project up here. Okay. It's the Winter Fairy Tale Shawl. Okay. And it's beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So Amber, we're going to send you this Ginger Snap Pixel set, and it is sparkly.
Ooh.
It's their Cyan Sparkle Pixel full set on puffy fingering. So it has some stellina. Oh yeah, you can see the stellina.
I know, especially in the black and the solids.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to have fun with that.
Yeah. And Ginger Snap was also a big supporter of the Be a Freaking Unicorn project. And just thanks again, Kim and Colin, for your generous support of our podcast and the prizes you've sent us. We really appreciate it. So that's going out to Crafty Amber.
I actually just ordered from them. I ordered a gnome set.
Oh, did you?
I did.
For the new knit. Are you going to do that one then?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I hadn't decided, but maybe I'll have to. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's really fun doing those little gnomes.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of dyers that are doing little sets for it. So I could probably go stash diving for that.
Heads up, it's not gray.
Really?
No.
You
not even a little bit gray. Nothing gray in it.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked.
Okay. I look forward to seeing that. Hey, new stuff. I got something new to show off.
What you got?
I ordered the Chalgu blue
Oh yeah.
Shortie set.
Nice.
So this set comes with, I think it's 5 sizes of tips. I'm already using the tips. There's 5 different sizes and 2 lengths for each size. So there's like really short.
Okay.
That's right. And then these ones are just a little bit longer, but
nice.
Still shorter than their usual tips.
Okay, so is it like a 3-inch and a 2-inch?
Yeah, it must be.
Okay.
Yeah. And these are, or 2.5, 3.5 and 2.5. So these come with some really short blue cords, but the tips also fit the red cords.
Okay.
And they're tiny, but they're meant for when you're doing sleeves. So if you have to decrease and decrease and decrease, you don't want to use DPNs, or you don't have DPNs.
Or magic loop, or yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it goes right down to a 5-inch cord.
Okay.
And then
that's
this, you could use the really short tips, right? Or hats, you know, when you're decreasing. So that's fun. I tried the smaller cord and tips when I was doing a hat recently, and it still to me feels like I'm using those little 9-inch nails, the 9-inch sock.
Yeah,
needles. Right. But you know, it's handy to just switch to the smaller circular.
It is.
And it comes in a cute little pouch, and there's, you know, your usual, there's some stitch markers and some tightening pins, and it came with I was using them. So it came with the little stoppers.
Okay.
So if you have to take a tip off. And then this is really cool. There's like a little needle gauge.
Oh, nice.
It just fits in the pouch.
But you don't actually need theirs because they print it on the side. Thank heavens.
I love that they do that. And it never wears off, right?
It's a small thing, but yeah.
And you can also get the mini cord set. It's a red pouch with slightly bigger needle sizes. Or no, it's the smaller needle sizes, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's the smaller ones. Yeah.
I should have said these go from 3.5 to 5.0. So yes, the red is the smaller tips.
Very cool.
Probably like sock sizes, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I totally love it. I love that it's in this compact little pouch. It's got a little clip.
Right. Yeah. Very
awesome.
Cool.
So I treated myself to that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you get some new books? Do you have them there?
I do. I have this one. It's called Nordic Knits with, I don't know how to say his name.
And just show it.
Yeah. So he's I believe he's Norwegian. He does a lot on Ravelry, but they're not in English.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find.
Is the book in Norwegian? No.
Oh, it's
English.
It's in English. Like, look at those.
Oh, I love those.
Aren't they gorgeous? And just
yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So yes, I got that. I was pretty stoked. Yay! Add to my book collection. And the other one I got is Scandinavian Sweaters. And it's like family sizes. Like there's a little one, man's, women's. But they're really beautiful as well. Again, it's Kristen. I'm not sure how to say those big O's. So yeah, right? So yeah. And again, translated into English. Like, look at that one. Isn't that a cool cardigan? You see it?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Gorgeous.
So obviously it's all color work, but it's pretty sweet, pretty nice. I'm excited to check them out and try some of them.
Wow.
So yeah. Seems like color work's getting to be a really huge thing again.
Yeah, I've been bitten by the bug.
Mm-hmm.
My 52 shawls book. 52 weeks of shawls. I think this came in right after, or I picked it up right after we recorded last. Yeah. So there are beautiful. I've got tabbed some, and I didn't put, I don't know which one I'm going to make first. but I do, there are a couple that I really love.
Really pretty, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of texture.
You've
And
knit a lot of the sock ones too, haven't you?
no,
No?
no.
You knit a couple of them.
I have one pair still on my needles.
Okay.
Not finished it. Yeah, just one.
Right.
But yeah, beautiful, just like the sock book. It's beautiful.
I know, right? It just,
yeah.
I'd like to
Beautiful
meet someone that can knit a shawl in a week.
Yeah, it'll take me 52 weeks to knit one of them. Oh, and then the Vogue Knitting, the new Vogue Knitting magazine came in the mail because I bought a subscription after we were at Vogue Knitting Live. So, you know, the cover I don't find very inspiring.
I love the colors though. It attracts your eye.
But check out, I'm going to show you one sweater that's in here. This magazine is worth buying for this pattern. Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is. It's really nice.
I don't know. It's called Kent. And it was knit in La Bien-Aimée Merino Sport. And the designer is Maria Molodova. So this is in the fall 2021 Vogue Knitting magazine. And there's a bunch of sweaters, some other scarves and cowls, and some color work, lots of texture, lots of cables, just really nice pieces in here.
Their fall magazine's usually pretty jam-packed. Yeah.
So I just love that sweater. That's a dream knitting project for me. Okay, are we done all the new stuff?
I think so. Okay. I don't remember how much I went on a yarn kick and I don't remember what I showed you, what I didn't.
I know you showed the roslyn because that's why I ordered a bunch of roslyn. And
I showed you the linen.
No, I'm rolling my eyes because so have I. And it would be a whole episode just to go over. So I've got some at the end to show.
I have Mungo. Did I show you that?
I can't remember. Do you want to save it till the end and we'll do stash building then? Okay. I already did my first FO.
Okay.
You have an FO.
Well, I only have one. So if you have others to show, you can show those.
I think you should go ahead with yours.
Okay. So I finished something that goes with our knit along. I finished a sweater made in the Leo and Roxy. It's so soft. The cotton wool blend.
Yeah, the Peruvian wool.
Yeah,
cotton blend.
And I did I wrote it down and I left it on the dining room table. Super simple summer sweater by Joji Locatelli. That's a lot, man. So I just did it in a solid color. And this color it's called Smoke. I don't know if it's something they do regularly. It was just, I've only seen it there like once. So I don't know if, but it's kind of, when you look at the skeins, they look pretty much the same color, but I did do the helical, which is not fun when you do two sleeves at a time. You got to think about it a little bit. But if you look at it, like it's got blue, like, do you see the color differences and stuff? So it really looks nice. I've tried it on, but I had to take it right off because it was really hot. Yes. So I do like I like the back to be longer. So I did it a little bit longer.
I like that.
And I put in a faux seam, which is something I've been doing a lot lately. Right down.
Okay.
So yeah, so that, but other than that, and I saw this sweater on Instagram, and what they had done was they had split the sleeve. So the sleeve is split. So I tried it on. It's kind of neat. I didn't wear it. Like I said, I couldn't wear it all day. It's just been crazy hot. So I'm going to see how it goes. If I like it, I'm going to leave it. If I don't, what I'll do is I'll sew it shut. So I'll sew it shut like that. I just put a little button on it.
Well, then you can have are they long enough? You could have the thumb.
Yeah. So I just thought, a little different, try it. But yeah, I love it. Can't wait to wear it. Not anytime soon.
I made that same.
Right.
I made the same sweater in the same yarn in amethyst last year, and I love it.
Well, I think that's why I did it, because you had it and a couple other people had it, and I've seen the girls wear it, Carrie and Jolene. I've seen them wear theirs, and I think to myself, like, that's so, like, it looks so comfy. But you could wear it with jeans, you could wear it with a dress, you could wear it with so many things, and yeah, so had to do it.
Yeah,
a little behind in the trend, but that's okay.
That's okay. I love it as a solid color. It's like a big sweatshirt.
That's what I mean, right? Like, it's just like a big old sweatshirt that goes with everything.
Yeah. And I really like the circular yoke. Like, I like the way it fits me with the larger bust. I mean, this one, I love the fit of this too, but it does, the raglan does kind of cut it in here, which can emphasize a larger bust. So, and it's short sleeve too, but I really like the fit
of that sweater.
Yeah.
And sometimes this is a really good fitting yoke. I've had a couple yokes where you you go like this and your whole sweater goes up, because this isn't, it's the portions are off. And I'm saying the portions are off, they're off for my body type, right? Like, it just, whereas that one, I don't feel like I'm kind of restricted because I have broader shoulders. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Different fits.
I have a couple pairs of socks that I've finished since we last recorded. So I finally finished Vanilla is the New Black. Okay. That's the ribbed heel by the pattern is by Anneh Fletcher. And I've had these on my needles like for years, like probably 4 years. So I finally.
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
I love the fit. They feel great. Have you worn them yet? No, because I had them set aside. They were all nice, and I didn't want to stretch them all out before we recorded. So I did them as sort of siblings. They're not exact mates. Yeah. And this was a sort of self-gradiating yarn, and it is Lang Super Soxx color. And it actually is a super wash with 25% nylon. Okay. It has a little bit of more of a woollier feel, but it is a super wash. And the colorway is 901. Okay. Because these ones just have numbers. Now, I bought this, like I said, quite a few years ago. So I bought it at Heaven is Handmade here in Sarnia. And I don't know if this colorway is still available, but I know there were, other colors. And I just really like the gradient.
It's nice. Gradient. It's really pretty.
Yeah. It's, I'm trying to see. I think it's showing up just, oh no.
There's blue.
It's not quite this dark, and it's more of a greeny blue. Okay. Yeah. It's just a little brighter today, but they're beautiful. I love them. And then you haven't been knitting any socks, eh? You were knitting socks for someone else.
Yeah. I had to send them to her. I finished them. Just a regular simple pair out of Tickle Me, which is I believe it's a discontinued color from Timber Yarns. So green and a little bit of orange and white, and
I'm just gonna put this sock on there.
And I've been knitting a couple of pairs with that. I forget what the pattern's called, with the ribbed heel.
Yeah, magic heel socks. I love them.
A couple of those.
Okay, I also finally finished, this is the 2020 Advent Stripe by the Cozy Knitter. It's quite bright on my screen. And I used Kroy, just a gray Kroy for the heel. And I think this is, I don't know if it's Eye of Partridge, but it's the heel that was in the Leo and Roxy work sock pattern. Yeah. So if you can, it kind of almost has like a diamond look.
It's pretty, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. And I just did a 1x1 twisted rib for the cuff. And then I carried the twisted rib down just on the side.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah. Just for something interesting, right?
Yeah.
So I did that on the outside of each sock.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like those. And I started doing this on another sock too, this twisted rib, just because it's something easy, especially if you haven't tried cables and you don't love cables, but you want something interesting on your sock, then do that.
Yep. No, it's pretty.
Right? So yeah. Heather of Timber Yarns was doing some destashing, and she
Yeah.
had bought some yarn that I actually wanted to order but didn't, and then it wasn't available. So she had ordered F Cancer by this is a Whimsical Wood yarn company, but she has like a sweary site. So
Oh yeah, okay.
so this is one of her sweary colorways, F Cancer, and I just loved it.
That's crazy. Look at all those
Yeah.
colors.
I know, a lot heavy pink, but just
You know what?
everything in there.
That's one of those colors that if you were to describe it to me, I'd be like, no. But when you see it like that, it looks really good.
Hey, but you got to see it knit up.
Oh, you knit it up?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Wow.
I love
That is so gorgeous.
Because there's some blues and yellows and a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So there's no pattern for this. This is just like I just did a stocking stitch with no ribbing for a bit, probably about an inch and a bit, and then I did some ribbing, 2x2 rib, just to give it some stretch to hold up the ankle, and then heel flap and gusset.
Nice. It looks good.
Yeah.
Did you do a round toe?
Yes, I did. I've only been doing the rounded toes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do the, one
I don't know.
decrease knit all the way. I don't do that anymore. I only do the rounded toe. I like it a lot better. Those are my third pair of socks.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I've been on a hat spree, and probably what I'm going to do is this fall, last spring I did a sale of just a bunch of knitting. I was using up stash yarn, and I did a donation to the hospice.
Okay.
It was affiliated with the team that helped look after my mountains. So I'll probably do another fundraiser this fall of some sort. So I've just been knitting hats because I've been in a mood, and sometimes you just need something quick and easy and whatever, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not even that's when it comes time to do that fundraiser, I'll maybe show a bunch of the hats, because like I'm talking a crap ton. Like there's probably 20 hats done.
Can I call dibs on first look?
This drives me crazy. You're a knitter.
I know.
You can knit them.
Know.
I know. I'm going to just show two though, because they're color work hats, and I think they're quite lovely, and they're going to tie into another knit along we're going to be doing. So maybe we can talk about that too.
Okay, perfect.
So we're going to start a knit along for, what did we call it? Winter is coming.
Yeah.
So hats, mitts, scarves, shawls, wintry things. And I've been really smitten by two patterns in particular. Okay, so the first one is the Owen Hat by Jill Zielinski, who is Kniterella. And this is the Owen Hat. Nice. I think I can't remember if I left off one more stretch of color work at the top. This is kind of it's actually a rosy, kind of a pink color, but it comes out salmony with the grays, which is interesting.
You know what? It looks like rose gold.
Yeah. And this was leftovers from another hat I did, which I'll show you shortly. But I did it in worsted weight, and I just did fewer stitches, but equal to the number, the stitch count for the repeat. And what else can I tell you? I just love it. So this Owen hat, you can, throw whatever colors you love in there, and you can have a lot of fun with it. And this was, that's the Owen hat. And then I did a second one that Lisa's probably going to love.
Dibs.
So in this one, I left out this piece and just did more of the chevron stripes at the top.
Nice.
So yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, this is also worsted weight. And then another hat that I really love is the Frost hat, and that's by Tracie Millar, Grocery Girls. And they did kits for them, and I think they were 3 color, I don't even remember, 2 or 3 color kits. So I had some packages that were sets of mini skeins of worsted weight. Okay. So this is the first one I did, which looks nothing like, the one she did.
Nothing like you though.
But these colors were all in a package, and I thought I'm going to use them up for a hat.
They look good.
And then
Remind me of like a lazy Sunday, like, you know, lazing around in your jeans or whatnot.
They're pretty.
Pretty. No, they're gorgeous.
And then, so this is worsted. And then I did it in DK. It is a DK pattern. Both patterns, I believe, are DK patterns. So then I did it in some GK and used up some
that's
scraps.
nice too.
So look at the like you can totally change.
Yeah.
You can totally change up the look of a hat, just different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love this. This it's just odds and ends. Like there's probably some Estelle merino worsted. No, the white was a worsted, but it was a lighter weight worsted. And then I think the others are DK. And the teal it's a Malabrigo color that I had left over from another hat I did.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a great way to use up scraps.
Right.
Because even if you only have a little bit, then just do one stripe in that color and use up your scraps. So I wanted to mention those two hats because with the whole winter is coming thing. Oh, you know what? I'm going to mention one more. So remember when I did the hat that had the stitched like daisies on it?
Yeah. I love that hat.
That was the Simply Soft hat by Amanda Kafka, who is the Crafty Jackalope. So she sold kits for that. And she has a couple of hat patterns. And there's another one called Magpie Darling, I believe. So it's called the Magpie Darling hat. And she sells kits for this as well. And it has a sequin yarn held with.
Oh, look at that. That looks really pretty.
Yarn. So it's just really fun. Like you can do, you know, whatever color combinations you want.
It looks like water drops.
It does. Like it's got ice crystals
on the screen. It looks like water drops. That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's the Magpie Darling hat. And this, I was ordering yarn from Wool Warehouse. So I didn't order a kit from her, but they had, I think it was a King Cole sequins that I ordered from them and just held with the hat. So I made a couple of those. And I do have 2 other hats. Actually, these were FOs from a while back. So I think it was in June, I think Andrea Mowry did a weekend knit along of the Flicker and Flame hat. And I just went stash diving and I had Liberty Wool, which is now discontinued. It was a classic Elite Yarns color changing. So this is the Liberty Wool, the one that changes colors. So I didn't have to change, like the skein did it. And then I just used something else. I can't remember what for the other color, for the background color.
That looks good.
And this is from the same skein of yarn. The rust, the pink, the purple. So you can see here, it just starts getting into the purple. So this one I had to kind of cut the skeins to blend the colors. So this is another Flicker and Flame. I did 2 of those. Lots of fun. I'm telling you, there's hats all over the place here. You wouldn't believe. That's why I'm glad I got this done. Like I finished this last night before we recorded. That's it for FOs.
That's it for FOs. Good job.
Yeah.
I have started knitting a couple pairs of socks. I had to do those ones for a friend. And then I have to do another pair for a friend. And I'm going to make her a monkey, my test monkey, because she wears work boots all the time. And I want to make sure that this heel is comfortable. Mm-hmm. Right. Because I always do vanilla. So I'm making hers. Only thing is she has size 10 women's feet. So I have to knit a little bit longer and I'm going to see. I love this yarn though. It's 3 Sisters. Isn't that neat? It's really neat in the skein because it looks mostly gray and then there's like this little bit that's rainbow. And this side, now I had to cut, I got a big knot in this one. So I had to cut a chunk out and look at how it changed it.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? But on this side, it's fine.
Yeah. I love that.
It's kind of neat the way it kind of, and you read it really well on the like on the monitor here. You don't see it so much in person, but yeah, it's kind of neat. So I like that yarn. So I'm almost finished those. I'm going to do a rounded heel and send her off to make sure they're comfortable.
Mhm.
And then the other thing that I'm doing right now is the Spectrum from Timber Yarns.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I'm doing that, and I think I'll try the same heel and knit it and try them myself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That colorway is no longer available
No, it's not.
because it was a fundraiser for autism last year. However, right now she has released colored pencils for back to school.
Right, and that is so similar.
Yeah. So you may like colored pencils if you like the look of Spectrum.
So yeah, check out her website. The other thing I love about her website, just on an off note, is that she has highlighted, when you pick a stripe, she's highlighted the mini skein that matches it, like the same dye that she uses. I love that. I love it, love it, love it.
It's so easy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's so easy to spend money and it all matches.
Okay. Well, are you done with socks? Because I've got socks.
That's it. That's
okay. Yeah. So for our Leo and Roxy, all things Leo and Roxy, I'm using the basics and I'm knitting.
Oh,
look at that.
Those are looking so good.
The pattern is Charlotta the Fourth by Natalie Sheldon, Remembrances Pottery fame. And so I'm using the navy, Queen's Navy, and I think it's called Almost White. Not quite white, which actually it is quite white. And I've just done the heel's done.
That's
so
incredible.
Because of it's beautiful. It's hard to knit. I have to knit during the day so I can see the navy. During the color work, afterwards it's not so bad. But I had to go up because of the color work. I was finding, and it's a fine fingering. I was finding it was quite tight. I actually had the color work done on my first sock and tried it on. And so I went up to the largest size. And then I'm going to just do some extra decreases on the foot part because I don't think it'll have to be quite so big on the rest of my foot.
Good.
But it's gorgeous. And this yarn is really nice. It's so soft. And that's going to be, we've got a prize pack of Leo and Roxy Basics for our All Things Leo and Roxy make along. So check that out on Ravelry. And I think it was either Little Red Mitten or Leo and Roxy or both just recently posted a photo on Instagram of a sweater knit out of their basics that is just beautiful. And I was at the store 2 weeks ago and I felt that sweater. I had to touch it. It is so soft.
Every time you say I went to the store, I get so jealous.
No, sorry. But it was nice to be back. And I went in for DPNs and came out with a bazillion yarns of or balls of Jameson.
Well, that's like, remember before we started, basically I got the coupon in the mail for my birthday, for the birthday club. And I think I've almost $300 to save 10. Like I cannot go in that store and walk out with something.
Well, also speaking of socks, there have been a whole bunch of DK sock patterns released recently. And write down the name of this one. Hang on, I gotta look it up. I cast on the Flower Knot Socks by Laura Moratz. And it's a solid color sock with the most beautiful cables. Here, I'm going to turn it this way.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And I think I do one more, like I'll finish the repeat on this one and then start the heel. The yarn is Sandnesgarn Sisu or Sisu, I'm not sure. And I got this at Little Red Mitten. And these are 50-gram balls, I think. And it is a super wash, but it is a DK with nylon. So, for socks, I have tons of DK. but I don't have DK with nylon, so I had to go get some. So Little Red Mitten has this. It comes in a number of colors, and I actually went back and got more because more patterns came out. So there's this nice medium gray,
nice,
and a lighter gray, and Jody Brown released a couple of patterns that have 2 colors, and I might do
those would be nice.
Some of that. Also, hand dyers are starting to do DK sock yarn. So I think it's Yarn Indulgences that has just released some. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So it's really not that much heavier. Like I'm using a 2.5 needle, or did I go to a 2.25? No, I think I went to a 2.5, and I'm a loose knitter. So, but it's really, this yarn anyways, is really not, I mean, it'd be like a Kroy, like some of the Kroys are a little thicker. So it's not that much thicker than a fingering sock yarn.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's just lots of fun, and there's tons of its patterns coming out, and it's nice because you need fewer stitches, so you'll be done faster.
Right.
So that's lots of fun. Yeah.
I'm doing a test knit.
Show that, it's gorgeous.
Okay, so I'm doing a test knit, and it's for, just a second, it's Tanya Barley. It's called the Toque sweater. That's a picture of it. So it's I'm doing it, the pattern calls for whole super soft, which I'm using the color, okay, get ready, brace yourself. It's Marlin, and it's blue, and I'm using, and it's held double, and the other color I'm using is Acorn. So that's yeah, it's pretty gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Make a mistake. I made a couple of mistakes in the color work, but I think I'm just going to duplicate stitch it. You can see it. I don't, or leave it. I'm not, yeah. I figure my hair will cover it. So, but it looks really pretty, and it feels really squishy because it's held double. And then for the pattern, you do something similar to this on the cuffs, where it's going around the cuff, and then the other side goes the other way. So I will actually have to knit. I can do the 2 sleeves at a time until I hit the color work, and I think it'll be too confusing with the color work. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I made it a little bit longer, kind of like a tunic length instead. So it's one of those ones where the pattern calls knit until it's, 2 inches before you're done. So yeah. But it's a little, yeah. The color is really nice. So,
it is.
Pretty happy with it.
Really nice.
I did knit it and it was too tight already. So I knit I did all the color work, and it was just way too tight, even though my gauge was okay. And the other, so I just ripped it out, did it again, and yeah.
I just ripped out the color work yoke and did it again.
Might as well, because what else?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is I have a cone in that color. So I didn't have to rip out all the color work because it's 2 strands together. So I'd have to, yeah, that would be a mess. So I did not have to do that. But yeah.
So speaking of sweaters, because you've got that one on the go.
Yeah.
Do you have another one on your needles? No, just that one? Okay. But I've been really intrigued by the new sweater by Andrea Mowry, the Morning Rituals.
Oh, yeah. You were saying that.
Yeah, I might knit that. So we were talking just before we started recording about having a sweater. We've had like for 3 years, I think we've had like fall shawl knit alongs, and neither of us right now are in the mood to knit shawls. So we decided, let's do a sweater knit along. So starting now, whips included, and we'll go till the end of November. Any sweater. So I would say a short sleeve. Would you include short sleeve tops or just, yeah, okay. Short sleeve or long sleeve. Just
We're not saying it's not a winter sweater, it's a sweater.
It's a sweater, you're right. And because you know what, for some people, it may not be a freezing cold winter like it is for us.
Right? Well, even
actually,
like, I want to do that one Nook NUUK. It's in Lane magazine. It's the short sleeve. Like it's like a short sleeve vest type of sweater. I would totally wear that. And I mean, it's a sweater, just short sleeves. It's
Yeah,
not like it's a tank top or something. So yeah,
exactly. Okay, so we're going to do that. So that's a good time to talk about that. And then
perfect.
the Andrea Mowry one, after you went on the last episode, you showed all the Roslyn. You went on the Roslyn rampage. And so I went hunting because it's discontinued. So I went hunting for Roslyn and I managed to get, I think I have enough yardage, maybe a little extra, but I think for sure I have enough yardage to do that one in. It's like a tealy blue color in the Roslyn.
Well, if you're short, then you don't have to do the pockets either, right? Because that'll take a little bit.
Yeah, it's the only thing is it calls for a DK, and I looked at there's a few projects already, some of the test knits that are in DK, but the gauge she gave is 17 and a half stitches. So I'm going to have to do a swatch for that because I don't know. Getting that gauge on the Roslyn might be really loose.
Yeah, you might see through it.
Yeah, I'll have to do a test swatch and just see. But yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. And if not, I do have I'll show it later. I do have a sweater quantity of DK from Northbound Knitting, but I don't know if I would want to do that sweater in it. So I might have to buy yarn. Yeah. So, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, the casting on.
I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I have a bunch of mung yarn I would love to make a sweater out of.
Yeah. So related to our winter is coming knit along, I'm still working because I've been putting them down to finish this. My dragonfly dancing dragonflies mittens.
Those are beautiful.
These are by Sarah Kelly, Gray Owl Knits. There is a matching hat and now a matching cowl. And she's come out with a couple of other colorwork patterns. One is she's got a butterfly, and she just, I don't know if it's released yet, but she posted some pictures. It's a little camper. So it's got the little camper and some trees. It's adorable.
Oh, cute.
So I think I'm where I need to start doing the decreases for the fingertips now.
Now,
isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
This is the first time I've done this Latvian braid, which is actually you're knitted vertically, right? But then it's really neat how it's done.
Yeah.
And I love it. So yes, this is a lot of fun. And the colors I'm using. So the navy, the background color is a Malabrigo sock in Côte d'Azur colorway. There goes a DPN. And FYI, Malabrigo sock yarn does not contain nylon if you're thinking of buying it for socks. So Malabrigo sock. And then the main color is Manos del Uruguay Alegria in the peacock colorway.
Did you never have any of those in the house?
I think I have 3 skeins of this because it was a special, it was like an anniversary edition that they weren't going to have anymore. And I just loved it. So I bought a couple skeins. Yeah. So and look at they're in this adorable coordinating bag by Ginger Snap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
It's a tulip pink.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
I love it. This
is one of the ones on your desk.
What's that?
Every time you reach for something, I try and look around to see if I can see on your desk.
You can't see on my desk. But this is one of those sort of medicine, whatever they're called, doctor bag that opens nice and wide and stays open nice and wide. And it's got pockets on the inside. These are beautiful bags from Ginger Snap. If you're ever looking at these bags, I just love them. So that's another whip. Noelle and Kelly of Knits and Pieces podcast are doing a shift along. Well, I think it's called Shift Happens, knit along of all the shift patterns by Andrea Mowry. And it finishes at the end of August. So if you're just hearing this now, unless you've got a whip almost done, you likely won't get done in time. But I had an old whip that I decided to get off my butt and finish. It's not finished yet though. I have another week. So this is the cowl. I think this was the first pattern, the shift cowl.
That's pretty.
Yeah. So there you go. And I'm using not the called for yarn, but I'm using 2 yarns by Louisa Harding. The Lucy base, Luci, which you can still get at some stores, but it may be discontinued. But the colorways are, this one is Obsidian, and this one is called Aurora. And they just change colors, and you just go with the pattern. Even though the pattern calls for more colors, all I did was switch them like at the end of every little section. So, or you can, once you get going with this stitch pattern, you'll kind of realize you can switch them anytime you want. You could use scraps and just introduce a new color whenever you want. It's a very flexible pattern in that regard. Like once you're familiar with the repeats. So yeah, so I'm just finishing up. I think I have maybe 20 more rows to go for the cowl. And then it is sewn together. So actually, I think people start this and think that this is the point that's going to hang down, but it's not. This edge is going to be sewn to an edge over here, I think. And then it kind of, the stripes will go diagonally down. So it's an interesting construction. So yeah, I've got to get that done for the end of August.
Yeah. I have yarn for one, but with everything going on at the house, I just, yeah.
The one thing I will say, it is a very meditative knit. Because once you get into the repeat, and it doesn't take long because it's not really that complicated. It's just very rhythmic, and you can just like slip 2, knit 2, slip 2, knit 2. You just get going in that rhythm. So it is a very meditative knit. It's not stressful at all. And this was the next, I think this was the second or third pattern. I think she did this one before the sweater, but this is the night shift shawl. So it's done on a heavier weight yarn, and it's just an asymmetrical triangle. So there's my beginning point.
Looks good.
I'm almost done. So I think because I know I'm almost running out of yarn. So this one you can just keep going till you run out of yarn. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm like really almost out of yarn. I just have a little wee bit. So I'm kind of pushing it to see how much I can squeak out before I bind off. I believe it's an I-cord. I think it's an I-cord bind off. So I will need a little extra yarn for the bind off. The yarns I'm using for this, I'm using Noro Akari, and I only needed 2 balls because there's a lot of yardage and they change color. So I'm using color 1. They don't have names. Color 1 and color 5, and I don't know which is which, but one has sort of the blues and browns and beige, and then the other one was more beiges and grays. So it just, again, you could use scraps, you could use any weight you want. With this being an asymmetrical triangle, you can just keep going. As long as you got yarn, you can keep going until it's, you run out of yarn or it's big enough, I guess, right? It is the coziest, squishiest thing ever.
It's a wool cotton blend though, isn't it?
Yes, this base is so lovely. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. 26% silk. Like that's the biggest content is silk. Silk, 21 cotton, viscose, mohair. It's only 12% wool and 12% polyamide. So it's that silk cotton feel that gives it that Noro squishiness, but without the prick and without the
straw,
organic debris. Yeah. Organic material. It's really nice. So I'm loving that. So that's good. That's next to get finished.
There you go.
These 2 shifts. Yeah. And I think that's all I'm going to show for whips.
Yeah, you've been pretty busy, eh?
Well, I just have so many cast-ons that I have, like that's not even that's probably not even half of my whips. I don't even, no, not even close. Like if we did a whip parade, like it would be crazy. And you'd just be the parade master, because I'd have all the whips and you'd have two.
I know.
So should we quickly do a little bit of acquisitions?
Yeah, I'll go. Well, mine's all packed, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there's just a couple I want to show because they're kind of fun.
No, go crazy.
It's been a while since we've recorded, so it's not like I ordered all this in a month. But when I was at Little Red Mitten a while back, this caught my eye. It's a Noro sock yarn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Silk Garden sock solo, and it's kind of one colorway, but look at all the colors in it. It's very,
oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's like and with different colors. Oh, sorry, plied with different colors.
I think I could use this for the GK socks and then put another color with it if I want.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Because it is a bit heavier.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say what ply it is, but yeah, it's a bit heavier. So it does have, it's 40% wool, 25. Sorry?
Not the Silk Garden?
It's the Silk Garden sock solo. So it's 40% wool, 25% silk, and 25% polyamide, and 10% mohair. So it's got the nylon in it for durability, right? But the acrylic. Yeah. So I could use this for DK socks, which I didn't even know at the time. I just bought it because it was pretty, as one does. I did order a couple of skeins from Shirley Bryan Yarn. I'm just going to show you this one because it's really, I think it's kind of different. So these are her deconstructed fade, and this is called Cape of Good Hope.
Oh, that's pretty with the yellow and the greens and
yeah, right. It's really subtle. So I'm interested to see how this is going to knit up.
Exactly, that'll be cool.
Yeah, and then I wanted to mention I had ordered some stuff from Holst Garn. Actually, Heather ordered. And I jumped in with her and ordered a couple things. They have these little sample packs. So this is Tides, and there's
those
10 grams in 5 different colors.
Those sell out like hotcakes on their website.
Do they?
They do. They sell out so fast because they're perfect for color work and whatnot, right?
Yeah. And then you can just try it and try different colors and see if you like it. So Tides is a wool and silk blend, and there are 10 grams of 5 colors. So I wanted to see what that Tide base feels like. It has a tweedy look to it.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. So those are pretty. Oh, also when I was at Little Red Mitten, they have a bunch of Full Moon Fibers sock sets.
Oh, okay.
So 2 50-gram skeins. And I thought these are really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
The top color is Beach Please.
Okay.
And the bottom is Lilacs in Bloom.
Oh, pretty. Those are gorgeous.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they'll blend together nicely if I wanted to do something with them for socks. They will be socks. During the Be a Freakin' Unicorn, I had ordered from Cornbread and Honey. She's in the States, so it took a while longer to arrive. But her colorway was called Unicorns on Parade. So
that's a good one.
Got everything. Yeah. So that's a fingering sock yarn. And then I also ordered it on DK. Not a DK. Oh, it is DK sock. It's got 25% nylon. I didn't even know. It took a little darker on this one. It's really pretty.
That's nice.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Woo, looking forward to that. And then if you guys haven't heard of him, check out Ken Yarn. Like Ken, like the guy's name, but it's all one word, Ken Yarn. He's in Providence. I hope he's not getting hit too bad with the hurricane.
Right.
He did a special colorway during Pride Month called Ally AF. And I just thought it was really pretty.
Oh, that is pretty.
And then because I was ordering and paying shipping, I also ordered Lilac Dreams.
That's pretty too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I got so much yarn. Oh my gosh. And then sweater, I'm not going to show you all the sweater quantities, but I ordered 5 skeins so I could do a long sleeve fingering weight top. This is from Yarn Inc. I think she had a sale, which is why I ordered so many, but it's Yarn Inc.
It's pretty.
And the colorway is called Confetti.
I like it.
Yeah. So there's 5 of those. So I could do another top with those. And I think that's all I'm gonna, because the yarn I got from Northbound Knitting is just a dark navy. It's like just a solid navy. And then some roslyn. And you don't have any to show because you're packed up your house for renos.
I know. I've packed my house up for renos, which is why I'm actually in my bedroom, because it's the only room that doesn't echo.
All right.
Yeah. So
I think that's all we have, Lisa.
That's all. That's pretty good. I love those hats you made. Those hats are beautiful.
It's just so much fun. Color work is fun because it's just fun to put different colors together and
how different it looks.
Yeah.
I did a weekend class with Fiona Ellis, and she talked about that, and she had like a stack of swatches, and it was the same pattern but just the way different colors took it. That was really interesting. Yeah.
Speaking of weekend classes, that reminds me of something else I was going to tell everyone about. So I participated in the Toronto Knitters Guild Faux Frolic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was an online weekend, and there was, not a very expensive, it was a very inexpensive admission fee, but that gave you access to all of the one was kind of a class. It was a knit along, but like they had speakers and all different topics. And I actually did participate in a couple of them, and wanted to mention Romy Schill of Circle R Lamb Farm. She's in Ontario, and it's a family farm. They raise sheep. They do have wool sheep as well as meat animals. And it was really neat because she gave us a tour of, we went to see the sheep. They were in the middle of lambing, and that was adorable because they'd had like some lambs that had just been born.
Yeah.
And she talked a bit about the Great Ontario Fiber Fair, which is going on until November 19th. And it's kind of like that, the country farm fairs, but it's online. And the requirements are that you have to make things with yarn that's completely raised and processed in Canada.
Oh, nice.
Canada or Ontario? Now I don't remember. But all the details are on, there's a website for that. And there's different criteria for entering your entries. And some, they'll be judged, but they'll also be voted on by participants. And there are different categories. So there's still time, if you don't have stash yarn, there's still time to even get yarn and participate in that. And then I just love the farm tour. And she talked about, the raising of wool. She does dye wool, like she gets some of her fleeces processed and dyes wool. And I think it's all natural dyeing. So she does have an online store as well as the farm store. But, here's what's interesting when we talk about wool and the price of wool. So she was saying that shearing one sheep costs between, they have to pay shearers, right? So she said between $4 and $6 to get one animal sheared. So that's for one fleece. And I don't know how much a typical fleece weighs. It's a good size, but their price when they sell it, they get 40 cents per pound for that unprocessed wool. So, to raise sheep just to sell the fleece, it's not profitable. They lose money, but because she gets, they have to be sheared because they need it for health reasons. They get too hot, and in the winter they can actually freeze. So anyways, so she does get some processed and produces yarn and sells it in her farm shop. But it's really interesting. So she's on Instagram, Circle R Lamb. And I just love, she puts up videos and she'll, go visit the sheep and just stuff they're doing around the farm. And
that's good.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's important to appreciate the work involved in getting, this pretty thing. It's not just the dyeing work, which is a lot of work. So when you think about all the steps and their inputs into raising those sheep, like it's not just the shearing cost. They have to pay to feed them and keep them healthy and house them and everything else, right? And then really, yeah. And then what we pay for it, well, we've paid for all those steps along the way and those inputs and all of the work involved. So it's really fun. Yeah, I really liked her presentation, and yeah, you can check that out.
Very cool.
That's all I'm going to talk about that was just that presentation. So
yeah. Very good.
Otherwise, that's all I have.
Wow, holy, we did pretty good.
We did. So we'll try and podcast again soon.
Right.
We'll let's extend the Leo and Roxy until the end of September.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Okay. And I'll put that into the Ravelry group as well.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So then join us on The Winter is Coming.
That'd be a good one.
And
the sweater.
Join us on the sweater.
We have to think of a name for that.
We'll think of a name.
Yeah. Right,
if we think of it before we finish editing, then we'll put it on the screen.
Right.
If not, it'll be in our Ravelry group. There will be threads in our Ravelry group by the time you see this.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Okay. So do you want to stop recording? Or I guess we should say goodbye.
We should say goodbye and we have to take a still.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's say goodbye. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the time and did some knitting while you were watching us.
I did. It's probably the only knitting I'll get done today. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, happy knitting. Take care. We'll see you soon. I miss you.
Take time.
I miss you.
Make time.
Right.
I miss you too. I know.
It's like,
we haven't seen each other in like a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, make time to make something and we'll see you guys all again soon.
All right. Take care.